Hi everyone, Rach here from Rara's Realm. I'm coming to you a day early because I have to take my mother away tomorrow for a family funeral. So I thought I would get in this morning and get this past week's update done. I won't do any ball jangling today because I'm not going to have any real time to stitch next week. So when I come back and do my video and on Monday week, I'll pick the new starts then, or the new projects then. I'm going to take a project bag with a couple of projects in it, but I don't know how much time I'll have to stitch or what the lighting will be like, so I'm not expecting it to be a stitchy week next week. So I thought I would just show you the things that I had to do this past week, and I've stitched every day bar yesterday. But I did yesterday stitching this morning already and then I've got a little bit that I can do this afternoon when I go to Stitchy Group, which is my aim, to be at Stitchy Group if you're watching Stitchy Girls. As a minute into the video, hello to everyone. I am a Kiwi Flosstuber and yeah, I'm just sharing some projects with you this year. I'd just be short and sweet and get this done, I think. Because I've still got to pack my mother yet. Right, so last Monday I had showed you Garden Club Series Part 4, so I had done a little bit on the Sunday. This is Part 4, what is it called? Sweet Home. I apologise for the lighting, it's very gloomy outside, so I've put the light on. So that's Part 4. I have literally just started it, so I think I've got 2 pink flowers and I had just made a start on the basket, and my goal was to get the outline of the basket done on Monday, which I managed to do, and I even managed to finish. There was some dangly thread, I think, and I managed to use up that over here. So all of those empty squares are going to need, I think it's satin stitch, yeah. Check my holy jumper's not showing. So I need to put satin stitches in those bigger squares. The bottom, I think I've got to add another colour. Anyway, we've made some good progress with that. Then the next project I had to work on was what I'm calling Louise, which is from the new Ooh La La Blackbird Designs release this year, and this is the first project I've chosen to work on, and I'm fiddling with it a little bit. It's very dark, but that's the picture is dark anyway, this fabric is dark. I'm doing the borders a lot like this sampler rather than what's on the chart, and then I've decided for this that I'm actually taking Louise's name off and putting my initials and this year, so I have to do a little bit of jiggery pokery in around here. So when I showed this to you last time, I had got the first row of alphabet done, the top border completely, I think that's how I'm doing it, yep. I had come down here but not all the way to the bottom yet. So what I worked on for the time that I had it was to complete, but thread, let's hang it over the back, complete the alphabet and the numbers, so all the way up to here, so that row, that row, that row. Where's my cat going? He's going off up the pathway. Silly boy. So that was last week. You'd seen it, so I did that one, and that one, and all the way to here it's as charted. And then this is where I've made a change. So I took an element from another chart in the book that is charted for 32 count, and it also kind of, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see, it kind of replicates what's going on up the top. Then I used the alphabet and numbers to do my initials and date this year. It will be done this year. This could well be famous last words. So now I need to think about what I'm going to do here, and then I've got the rest of the chart as planned, as it is charted. and I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of wondering about putting a bit of the zigzag here, or whether I just get on and do this row, because that row is not complete. It's not complete to here. I'll show you, because she had some numbers there actually. So you see it doesn't come all the way across. She's got the end of the year there. So I'm kind of thinking if I did, it starts over this side. If I come back here and then there's a bit of a space, it might balance. So I'll just see. I've never altered a chart before like this, so we'll see. The bog standard presidential blue and raw linen. It's a bit hard to tell in this light, I'm afraid, but yeah, it's coming along nicely. There isn't a whole heap left to do really, it's just the elements at the bottom and the border, so I'm hoping 1 or 2 more pulls of the balls for this and it will be done. Then the next ball that came out to deal with was fully finished something, and I knew that that's a morning's work, so I had a whole day spare. And what day was that? Thursday. On Wednesday my parcel arrived from 123 Stitch with my linen for my Haid. So I thought I'm going to start my Haid. So I did on Thursday. I am doing Silent Night Lane, which is based on artwork by Donna Gelsinger, I'd say, and that's what it is. I've discovered it's also a jigsaw puzzle, which might have been a hell of a lot easier to do. Now please, find your magnifiers, because that's my start. That is one 100 stitch block done, plus some stitches into the next 3 surrounding blocks. It looks very blurry to me. This fabric, you're not even going to see it all, I don't think. There's one arm and there's the other arm stretched right out. And to be honest, I don't know what I think yet. It's very tiny to stitch. I worked out there are 288,000 stitches to do. And I've done maybe 160. So, anyway, the Haid has begun. Then was finishing. So when I set up the ironing board and the sewing machine, because I've got to take stuff down to put stuff up and it's a bit of a palaver, so I decided that I would finish 2 things. So I finished my little Blue Ribbons design snowman. And I finished him, I should have got it out, pretty much identically to the other one. So the same ribbon, a red button. This time I got the ribbon, the button a bit higher on the thing, but it actually, you can't see. It's not too bad. I do think it is visible over the top, but when it's hanging in a tree, it's neither here nor there probably. I've still got issues with stuffing, and because I don't want it really puffy. This is about the profile that I like, but I still get issues with getting the stuffing right. See, the bottom's a bit iffy now. Anyway, that's that one. And I decided that I would finish another one, and this is 90% fully finished because I haven't sorted out the hanging because I don't quite know what I want to do yet. But this is a little floss box chart that I did at either the beginning of 2018 or the end of 2017, and I used a nice colourful sort of, it is meant to be a Christmas fabric with a lot of colours that match what's in here. So I think I want a little hanger like this. I would like something around the edges too, or maybe even just at the corners, I don't know. So I've got that far, and we'll just see. So that's that. And then this weekend I was to work on Orchard Valley Quilting Bee. As I say, I didn't stitch yesterday at all. I was just organising everything. And so I've done a couple of hours this morning already, and I'll do a bit more this afternoon. So I have done completely this top bit and this full circle and this, and I'm down here. And I hadn't done any of it. The last time I showed you this, I had finished this block, so this was waiting to be started. So what I've done this morning is start on the outline of the tree, and some reference points for counting so that I know how far to come down with the tree, and then the border and things like that. So when I go to Stitchy Group today, I think I will bring the trunk down to where it needs to go, and the grass along the bottom so that I can bring the border down. Pretty easy stuff to do when you're talking to people. So that is my lot. As I say, I did get an order through, so it was the fabric for the Hade. It's a piece, oh, sit, stay. That's great, my cat's gonna panic. A piece of wren, this says. I don't know how well this is going to show up. Again, very pretty. This will be, it'll be up and down, but I'm not sure which way up or down yet. I've got that to kit up Cooper. I really would like to start Cooper. And I've got some of the thread from my stash already, and I just need to get the rest. So when I get back in a couple of weeks, I'm away for a week. I'll be home. It's Sunday today, I'll be home next Sunday. That following week I'll look at getting the rest of the fabric to kit up Cooper. And I just got some threads, and including some more presidential blue, because you can never go wrong with that. And what I did get was some 3-inch book rings. I haven't got any of the smaller ones. I was using some quite small ones, and they were getting pretty tight with my fancy floss. So I bought a pack of 3-inch. They must have been on the front page of 123 Stitch or something for me to notice them, because I don't usually go looking for things like that. And then I tested the postage. You know, sometimes if you put something heavy in, the postage goes up again. So I put them in and I took them out, and the postage didn't change. So I thought, well, I'll get them. So I got 3, and these are all my fancy flosses, Weeks, Gast or Gentle Arts, and Classic Colourworks. So that'll keep me going for a while. I now need a bigger box to put them in, but that's a whole other worry. And yeah, my order from Teresa has finally made it to New Zealand, but I won't get it till I get back now. I do not know why it takes so long for her. It's obviously to do with her location and probably courier hubs and things like that, but it goes all around the pig's bum before it gets to New Zealand. The 123 Stitch order was ordered after Teresa, and it came in the middle of last week. So anyway, I'll have that to look forward to when I come back, and I can share that Monday week, and I will pull the balls on Monday week to get on with what I'm stitching. And if I do any stitching this week, I can show you then as well. So I'm going to love you and leave you and get this uploaded, get my mother's clothes into the suitcase, and get organised as much as I can so that I can go to Stitchy Group this afternoon. Okay, have a good week everyone, and I'll catch you Monday week. Bye for now.